Good day, everyone. Welcome back to our campus ministry self-care series. Thank you so much for joining me again. I'm super excited to have you with me, and I'm especially excited today because today we're talking about a self-care technique that is not only great for our own self-care practice, but is a great way of reaching out and showing others that we care for them as well. Today we are making joy boxes. So, what is a joy box? I hear you asking. Well, it's kind of like a care package, only smaller. So instead of having things like treats or games or little knickknacks inside, a joy box is filled with little notes, slips of paper for the most part that have little messages on them. It could be, like a heartfelt little message or a joke. It could be a quote or like a well wish. It could be a scripture passage or a prayer. It could be a picture or a meme, anything like that. Each little slip of paper would have something different on it. And the idea is that, the notes could be like funny or poignant. They could be really heartfelt and loving or like kind of silly and ridiculous. It's totally up to you, the maker of the box. So long as that slip of paper is something that would build up the recipient of the box. So whether, again, that's you making a box for yourself or you making a box for somebody else, you want whatever is written on those slips of paper to be building up the recipient. And the idea is that the recipient of the box, whenever maybe they find themselves in a situation where they could use a little bit of a boost, or maybe they just need a little bit of joy in their life, a little bit of love, they can go into that box, pull out a little slip of paper, read a note, and hopefully have a little bit of a boost, a little bit of a build-up in that moment. So like I said before, you can make a joy box for yourself. It could have just notes that you kind of wrote for yourself on the inside, or you could even involve family and friends and ask them to maybe write up a few notes that you can stick inside your little joy box as kind of a surprise note for you when you're picking out notes. But you can also make them for family, friends, like, your best friend or maybe a sibling. It's just a great way to show how much you care about someone and to show how much you love them and to remind them of how much you love them. So to make one, all you need is like a small or like a medium small sized box, or maybe something like a mug or a container or even a little basket. Just kind of go with what feels good for you in the moment, depending on whether it's for you or for somebody else. I have a little kind of a basket here, which is about a good size, I find, for the thing. You don't want it to be too big because then it's kind of bulky and kind of weird to have like on a countertop or in your room somewhere. Basically, you just want it to be big enough to hold like a fairly substantial amount of notes without being too big or too bulky. You want to make sure that you can easily get things inside, but also easily take things out. And you can buy something, or you could even like repurpose an old box and decorate it. I have like a box from an old like webcam here. This is a good size for a joy box. It has enough room that you can put a bunch of notes in it, but not so much room that, again, it's like too big or too bulky. So totally up to you if you want to buy it or if you want to repurpose a box and kind of decorate it and make it your own. Totally up to you. And so that's one half of the joy box. The other half is the little notes that you put inside. And they could be handwritten, they could be printed. That's totally up to your own preference and sort of what ends up working the best. In terms of numbers, you could have a theme for the number of notes that you have. You could have like about 20 or so notes for, one for every week of the semester, or you could put 52, one for every week of the year, or you could put one note in for every day for someone's birthday month. Or you could just start making notes and see how many fit in the box. It's totally up to you, whatever you want to try. And the notes, they could be like adorable little notes like, oh, hey, I love you. I just wanted to say that, you know, I hope you have a great day today. Or, hey, you're doing all right. Keep going. Like, you can do this. You've got life. Like, everything's going to be great. It could be things that maybe you want to remember, like other self-care techniques. Like, hey, treat yourself like a houseplant today. Go drink some water. Go outside for 20 minutes. Or, you know, it could be a way to work on positive self-talk. Be like, hey, you're a queen, you're a king, you're a wizard. You can conquer this day. You got this. You're doing amazing. You belong where you are. You're smart. You're prepared. You can do this. Great way to do those kinds of little reminders. It could also be something funny that's completely unrelated to self-care, like a joke, like a dad joke, or a ridiculous pun or something like that. Something just to, you know, make you laugh in the moment. It could be a movie quote or a quote from a person, something inspirational, or again, something a little bit ridiculous. I made a joy box once for my cousin, and in one of the notes I put Hasante sana squash banana, like just a random Lion King quote, which is like Rafiki saying, you are a baboon and I am not, like has nothing to do with anything, but still made me and then subsequently her laugh. So you can do something like that. I like to put scripture passages and like little short prayers in my joy box, things that maybe have helped me through moments before, or things that I find really inspirational or calming, that kind of a thing. So that's a good thing to put on your little note too. Or you could like straight up print out memes or like short little web comic strips or pictures, something like that. Fold those up, stick those in the box. They can be super fun. You could even put stickers inside, you know, something that maybe you'd love to find later and put, you know, on your phone cover or in your journal or something like that, in one of your study books. Again, just to, you know, brighten your day, give a little bit of joy to your day. If the box is for somebody else, I find a really fun thing to do is put a reference to like an inside joke, or maybe a picture of a fun memory that you have together. Or you could go like full sentimental on the note, like, hey, I've been meaning to say this for a really long time, but I've just never really found the opportunity out loud. But I wanted to say how much you mean to me and how much I love you and how much I appreciate who you are as a person. Those kinds of notes are just great to stick in a joy box. And you can even put little challenges in it, like, hey, I challenge you to, you know, collect 5 leaves today, or, you know, find a rock that's in your shoe and like give it a prominent place on your bedside table, whatever. Like, be creative. The skies are kind of the limit here when it comes to whatever you want to put on your notes. So once you have all your notes, you kind of fold them up so that they're a similar-ish size and shape, and so that the note on the inside of it is actually hidden. Stick it in your box, and you're kind of ready to go. You can decorate the box if you want, or wrap it up if you're giving it to somebody else. Yeah, just kind of go for it. And there you have it. It's your joy box. Again, for you or for somebody that you love. And take it from someone who has made joy boxes before. I always find that the more I take my time and the more I enjoy myself during the process, the better the joy box becomes, whether it's a joy box for me or for somebody else. You know, just particularly like planning and making the notes, if you really take your time and just enjoy the process, the notes will be that much better. And it's just like cooking with love, right? Like, knowing that it comes from the heart just makes it that much better and that much funnier. So really take your time and enjoy the process as it's happening. So that's all for today. It was a pleasure to share the fun of joy boxes with you. Hopefully we'll see you next time. And until then, please remember to stay safe. Know that we love you and that we're praying for you all the time here in Campus Ministry, and that we're here for you if you need us. God bless.